So I have two quite small artefacts with me, a flint flake and a lump of iron pyrite, a nodule of iron pyrite. And this is an iron sulfite mineral with this particular variety called marcasite. And it has this really distinctive, dark, crumpled outer edge that looks and feels really metallic. And then when you break it open, on the inside you can see this starburst pattern where the mineral crystals form outwards. And I would probably have collected this from a cobble or a riverbank where it's eroded out of a mineral deposit. And it has, this really distinctive appearance that would have helped me identify it. We have evidence of these being used from the Middle Paleolithic through into the Upper Paleolithic, so from 50,000 years ago to much more recently. And I mean, it's still a lot of camping tools will have a flint and steel with them, so we've changed it, but we still use it. The people who first started using this would have been hunter-gatherers. They would have moved through their landscape without domesticated plants, so no crops, no farming, no farm animals. And they would have hunted and fished and gathered wild foods for their survival. And they lived in a world that looked very different to the one we recognize. There would have been more forest, more open grassland. I mean, everything that is now farmland would once have been wild nature. They would have used these tools to create fire. That is their main purpose. When you strike the flint against the pyrite, you can create sparks through the chemical reaction. And whilst they didn't have cities or towns, we know that they still had settlements. And these settlements were often defined by a hearth, a fireplace in the center. And with this, you can create that fire, that focal point for a community. And with the fire, you can create warmth, you can create light, you can cook your food, you can send smoke signals to another group, you can scare away predators maybe, and you have this space to tell stories and myths and to gossip and to share plans and ideas and to create a community. Often in the Paleolithic we focus more on economic or practical aspects, but with this we can start to think about how these people interacted with each other. What were the rules that they used to govern their social space, and how they spent their time when they weren't looking for food or moving through the landscape, what they did when they were at their version of home. And I think that's also why it can be so interesting for us today, because we still have a campfire. We still, when we go camping or we go for a barbecue, we go to the beach, we still make a fire and we sit around it and we tell stories. And there are aspects of that that date back so far. And I mean, as I said at the start, I love that we still use flint and steel. So this nodule is still with us, we still use it. And I mean, fire has kept that meaning for us, whether in our homes, through the fireplace, but also out in the world. I mean, it reminds us that people in the past were not just animals looking to survive, they were people creating community and family and home. And I think that for me, and I hope for other people, this nodule, I mean, this heavy, lumpy nodule represents warmth and community and home, and in a big dark landscape, that lovely warm light that means there's people here.